Maybe it's a lag? Okay, I'm gonna... You know, maybe we have too many things going on. I'm gonna pause this music, bloop, and then I'm just gonna go to the just chatting, and then we'll go from here. Because it is, levels are good. Okay, thanks. Oh, thanks, Zodia. I love narration. I am a huge audiobook nerd, so when it comes to reading, I'm like, yeah, reading is awesome. And then I try to read an audiobook, and I'm like, I can't read worth a good gosh darn. And then it becomes a whole, whole issue. But I did want to bring you guys into the my very unhinged board that I made. I made a board for this. So if you're new, I wanted to give you an overview of Touchstarved, of what it is so far. This is completely normal and not weird at all. Just so you know, nothing weird about doing a pin board with all of the Touchstarved boys. All of the Touchstarved people. So in the middle, you'll see me, the main character for this, which is a rando girl who touches people and turns them crazy. That's just her MO. That's what she'd be doing. And then around her is the cavalcade of red flags that we all know and like and love. So we have Karash, who was the doctor who found us and sewed our arm back on because at the beginning of the game, somebody like knocked that crap just clean off and it was gone. Anyway, not so many red flags, although he did not explain how he reattached the arm, so we're not sure. And if we go to the bottom, Min with the white hair, a little grump, they are a grumpy grump person. Yes. Thank you, Frosty. I am the only sane one. This is the only sane one that we can do. Reese wants to know, define touch-starved. We touch people. Yeah, sorry, Reese. If you're just catching up, if you touch people, they go crazy. So the main character is, in fact, #touch-starved. But we did find out that she can touch Leander. Leander is on the right, and Leander, he's kind of winning my heart a little bit. He does have the Andrew voice. Hi, Harry Daryl Shouth. Oh, thanks so much. I'm glad you like him. Min is totally a tsundere. Min is like, oh, you're so dumb, Baka. I can't believe I saved you. And that doesn't mean I liked you just because I saved your life. But we're all right. We're good with that. Leander comes off really strong. He made a joke about getting tied up and did a super blush thing, and that made me flustered for years. So, not sure about him. He has, like, some secret red flags going on. He seems like the most wholesome option, but at the same time, you know how it is if somebody's a little too wholesome. You know how that goes. What are they hiding? Then we've got Veer, which is the kitsune foxy person. They are they're not really good with consent, and they hunt other monsters. Also, I don't know. They give me bad vibes. I don't like it. They just seem real aggressive and aggressive. They're gonna Zodia. Zaddy's a new term for me. Daddy for sure. Zaddy's like top daddy. I assume. Where are the bodies? Where are the bodies? Then there's, oh my gosh, I think I pronounced her name incorrectly last time. Ace, he's at the top. He's also, there's something about him that he's just kind of like, whatever, I could like you or I could not like you. And that is like, gosh darn catnip to me. I don't know why, but that sort of attitude where I'm like, but why not? Why not? Why not? So that's where we're at right now. I hope that everybody's caught up with my completely, totally normal and very much not unhinged recap of Touchstarved. Any questions, class? Any questions? There is a quiz. There will be a quiz for this. And it's going to be who has the most red flags. And we're going to... Oh, can I only put in 4 options? No, the sadness. Okay. Well, we're going to put in a couple of options here. I am sad that we can only do 4 because there are 5 choices. I'm just going to put these options because they are they're the ones that I'm going to choose. I'm sorry. I've already, like, said Min is a little too tsundere for me. There's only enough room for one tsundere in this house, and that is me. I am the tsundere. You cannot, like, a tsundere with tsundere, if we're both tsundere at each other, we're just going to sit there and be like, you're a baka, you're a baka, you're a baka, and then no one's going to kiss. And I can't deal with that. I need people kissing at some point. So you let me know how, from my very, like, normal discussion of this, who has the most red flags? Yeah, Percy, you can go to the bathroom, but please take the hall pass with you, and if you spend more than 10 minutes, you are playing with it. Okay. Min is non-binary. Oh, yes, I am trying to be very conscious of that. Thank you, Zodia. I may love streams, and I may love streams. I hope that I can get that more official. Okay. The Soon. Yeah, I am the Soon. I'm going to be like, you're dumb, but I kind of like you. You know what I mean? So right now Leander is winning with the most red flags. That is surprising. So Leander is winning over half. Tsundere is basically a dominant girl. Oh yeah, Tsundere is like not a dominant girl. I would say a tsundere is like someone who is interested in you, but they're interested in you, but they do it in that, like, you're dumb, but I like you. But you're so stupid. Oh, I protect you all the time from stuff. You're so lucky to have me around because you'd be eaten by wolves if I weren't around, you know? Because you're just so dumb, but also I like you. Your hair's pretty. Okay, bye. It's that sort of stuff. God, that sounded really unhinged. I should probably get to gameplay soon before this sounds any crazier. Are you still with me, chat? Have you noticed that I did have a bit of caffeine before this stream? Let's see. Okay. And that's it. Everybody's like, Leander has the most red flags. So I think that Leander might be the person that we go with first. But let's see. Oh, another reminder for everybody. This game has copywritten music, so we have to do awful rando Clover Plays stuff in the background music. So let's try that while we're here, and we're gonna try to make sure that it's not too loud. You let me know though, because I just don't want it to be too loud or peaky as we go through this, and I read the text to you. Yes, the trusted iced coffee. All right, I'm gonna go with this. If you can hear it, cool. If you can't, also, whatever. Let's see. Do. Okay, I think that's gonna be Everybody Know. And oh yeah, Kyo from Fruits Basket. That's right, the cowboy. He's very tsundere. I think it may be my preference of doing the Leander voice that makes him better. Okay. Oh no, I forgot which save we were at. We gotta be at 4. Okay. There we go. All right, so we've caught up and everybody's ready to get into it. I'm gonna drink some of my trusty coffee. Yeah, a little hyper. I'm sorry. Just a little hyper, Reese, not too much. I'm gonna calm down soon. I'm gonna get into narration character. So, whoever I pursue may be the last person I get to speak tonight. I follow Leander, because he was the choice for that one. So we're gonna follow Leander. For the second time today, I find myself squeezing through a crowd to reach Leander. As soon as he sees me, his easy smile fades. Are you all right, Clover? I'm not used to someone looking at me with such earnest concern. I've been through worse today. That's right, I was almost killed like 4 or 5 times. Literally every one of these people have saved my life. From the sounds of it, you've had quite the day. How are you holding up? Could be better. I'm fine. Ooh, I'm fine. Ooh, I'm fine. I'm fine? Sounds so thirsty. Well, I'm still alive. That counts for something, right? Iridia's not an easy place to live in, but you get used to it eventually. Let's hope so. Leander signals for the bartender. I'm parched. Do you want anything? I'll have a drink. Something strong and simple. Like you, Leander, a strong, simple boy. Adventurous, aren't you? I'm gonna have to keep an eye on you. Oh no, see, we've already started with the flustery talk. Hi, Elia. Oh, hi, Zoni. Just came from the live stream from harassing. You know. You tell Lav I said hi. Why is he so sweet? I don't know. Of course, you'll also need to keep an eye on me. I've lost count of how many I've had. Oh no, we're both tipsy? Deal. Once he's ordered, Leander turns back to me. Did you at least get to try any good food? I had these fried dough sticks from a vendor near here. As soon as I begin describing my meal, his eyes brighten with recognition. The long lads from Wynn's stall, you've got to try them with porridge. There's another stall about a block away with these rosewater rice flour cakes. Take one bite and you'll think you've been transported to some high-town patisserie. Then bam, you open your eyes and it's the same trash-lined street as always. When he laughs, his hair falls over his eyes. He shakes his head and pushes it back. I'll show you sometime. If you've decided to stick around Lowtown, that is. The Iridia Leander describes is far different from the one I've experienced, but if you live anywhere long enough, I suppose it becomes home. It seems like I'll be here for a while. Maybe I'll take you up on that. The bartender returns with a pair of glasses and pushes them our way. Cheers. Leander clinks his glass against mine. I take a deep sip of the manly dark ale. Malty, not manly. I didn't mean to look at shoulders and say manly. Malty dark ale, savoring its flavor. It was surprising to find out that you all know each other. I didn't think Iridia would be so small. Do you know how many times I've tried getting them all in one place? It's impossible, like herding a bunch of soulless. I take it you know them well? Depends. Was there anyone you're curious about in particular? Frosty, don't come at me with that. Yeah, I said manly instead of alty. I'm very curious about Ace. So you're friends with Ace? Have been for a while, but he's rarely in town. Where'd you run into him? The Sea Spring. Leander chokes on his drink, and he coughs violently into his fist before giving me a surprised look, and it sounds like this. I also had to drink at that time. You went all the way out there? How'd he treat you? He was honest. He told me about the Sea Spring's power comes from with a heavy price. Losing your mind and becoming one of his funny, brainless pets? He sighs, pausing before he speaks again. Does it sound worth it to you, Clover? The only pets he has are soulless. Yeah, I know. I didn't mean it like that. Ace has my respect, and takes care of his own. What did you mean it like then, Leander? What did you mean it like, huh? Because you said something. I think you're going to need it. Clover, please focus. Yeah, okay. Lock in, Clover. Lock in. We have to learn how to read today. We're going to learn how to read. We will learn how to read. For a moment, Leander stares deep into the bottom of his glass. When he looks up again, the circles under his eyes seem even deeper than usual. All those red-eyed minions creep me out. Can we talk about someone else? Yeah. Tell me more about my grumpy buddy. Min's interesting. Not very forthcoming, though. Ah, Min. My favorite grouchy freelancer. What's your impression of them? They're pretty irritable. They're a testy one. You've got that right. Sometimes even paying Min for work can be a struggle. Min works for you? Contract only. Min refuses to join the Bloodhounds, but they take jobs for me often enough to qualify. Just don't ever call them a Bloodhound, okay? I'll get an earful. And now I want to know about Karash. Do you and Karash work together? Occasionally. Did the mysterious competent doctor catch your eye? I mean, he sewed my arm back on, so I feel like I have to say he's a good guy. He seems like a good person, though it's hard to believe anyone's a good person these days. That's Karash. He works hard to serve the people of Lowtown. He's a miracle worker, even if his bedside manner could use some work. Do you think you might be able to cure my curse? Leander starts to speak, but he pauses to consider me for a moment at first. Whoops. Karash is good, but he's only a doctor. Besides, unless you're actively dying, he'll make you wait in line all day like everyone else. And now I want to know about Veer. What do you know about Veer? Leander shakes his head slowly, his expression grave. Veer, a living example of the Cenobium's cruelty. Most days they keep him on a short leash. I'm surprised you ran into him. So tell me, what'd you make of him? He's rude. Is he always so rude? Leander snorts, but a smile tugs at his lips. To everyone but Ace. If Veer's ever nice to you, you should take that as your hint to run. Why would the Cenobium let someone so dangerous hang around in bars? As long as he gets the job done, they don't care. And I mean, I don't mind having him around. He can be fun, and he's got a real presence. He's blushing. What does that mean, Leander? What does that mean? Me chilling, listening to both streams at once. Is it nice hearing us both talk? I should probably message Lav and be like, Lav, let's just have a conversation with each other. What exactly does that mean? Leander shrugs and laughs under his breath. He's nice to look at, mouthy, but his tongue's the least dangerous part of him. Wow, that was incredibly flirty. That about covers it. Aren't you tired of standing? Let's find you somewhere to sit. Leander pushes away from the bar, beckoning me to follow him. He leads me to a small booth hidden in the nook of the bar. A pair of bloodhounds notice him and immediately leap to their feet, offering their seats to us. As I slide into the booth, a web of graffiti scratched into the booth's tabletop catches my eye. The deepest grooves form the outline of the dog from Leander's posters. Dozens of roughly etched names around the drawing, some fresh, some well-worn. What is all of this? It's a tradition. Whenever someone joins the Bloodhounds, they have a drink with us, and then they carve in their initials. Oh, really? Oh. The barkeeper must love that. After the first year, she finally stopped charging me for extra damages. 2 years and countless drinks later, she added her own name. She added her own name. That's sweet of her. I think in the first run we met the bartender, I made her sound like this, which was awful. You're not planning on recruiting me, are you? He quickly shakes his head. Not yet. You need to think about your own path. Oh, see, you guys, Leander is so sweet because he's like, asking me to think about myself. Hi, Lav and Tim. Veer hates Leander. Oh, I love knowing this. Thank you, Zodia. Not Lav and Tim. Hey, if you guys are going over to live stream, you gotta say hi. Hi, Goron's Beard. I'm glad you could make it. You gotta tell Lav I said hi. Those voice choices will come back to haunt you. I know, because one of them sounds really, really weird. The question gives me pause. I take my hands out from under my cloak and rest them on the table. Do you think you can help me? Of course. We can find answers together. Leander starts to reach for me, as though meaning to take my hand before stopping himself. His eyes flicker to mine. I won't fail you, Clover. And if you ever need a taste of normalcy, I'll always be here for you. My chest tightens at the memory of touching him. Even now? Leander swallows. The table groans under his elbows as he leans forward. The booth is so narrow that he completely blocks my view of the bar counter. It's almost as though Leander and I are completely alone. If that's what you want. How did it make you feel? I can't. I'm blushing too much. These lines are a lot. Okay, we're gonna get our game face on. We're gonna read like a normal. Okay, I'm gonna read like a normal now. How did it make you feel? It was warm, exciting. I don't know how to describe it. Leander rests his right hand on the table. He looks at me, smiling when I place my hand in his. Slowly, Oh no, we're about to get hand naked in here. Slowly, he begins unwinding the bandages, stopping every so often to glance at me. No! As my skin becomes visible, I cast a nervous glance around the bar, but as far as I can see, no one is paying us any attention. Leander squeezes my hand gently. No one will notice. Squeeze! Oh, my stars. He pulls back, raising his hand to his mouth so he can tug his glove off with his teeth. Okay. The amount of thirst that I'm just gonna have a sip of my drink. And how are we doing, chat? Doing okay? Everyone doing all right? Oh yes, lots of blushing. The muscles in his forearm tighten as he flexes his fingers. Our eyes meet, and Leander offers his hand again. There you go, hand-holding on demand. A lump forms in my throat. I'm certain Leander sees it in my face, the flicker of desperation. His voice lowers to a whisper. Anything you want, Clover. I can't. I'm so flustered and verklempt now. Touch his face! Ooh, the red ones. The red ones are good, right? The red ones mean I did something good to earn it. The red ones mean I earned it. We're gonna touch his face. Okay, we're gonna touch his face, fam. I blurt out the first request that comes to mind. Can I touch your face? Sorry, let me read that not as dorky. Not like, can I touch your face? But more like, can I touch your face? Oh, sure. I lean over the table, hesitating before I reach for his face. When my fingers graze his jaw, Leander laughs softly. It tickles. It's fine. You can just... He takes my wrist, angling my hand so he can press his cheek into my palm. Warmth spreads under my fingertips. A surprised breath escapes me. Gently, I rub my thumb down the ridge of his scar on his cheek, and he shudders, his earring jingling against my knuckles. You're getting awfully bold. I've never touched someone like this before, and even though it makes my head spin, it's already not enough. I want to be even closer. My heart hammers, filling my ears with a pulse that grows unbearably loud until I pull my hand back. Are you all right? I can barely hear his words over the pounding of my heart, but I manage to nod. Yeah, I'm fine. Sorry, I think I'm just getting a little dizzy. He gives me a gentle smile, eyes crinkling at the edges. You've had a long day. You deserve some rest. Whew. Okay, guys. I made it through that without going too crazy. I think that was a lot. Yeah, I was falling apart. Don't make fun of me, Percy. It's a very intense moment when you get to touch someone's face. Oh, my stars and garters, y'all. Yeah, steamy. And all we're doing is touching someone's scar? Luckily, your room is just upstairs. Oh, no. Oh, see, if I had gone one more, that would have really done me in. Want me to walk you back? I shake my head. No, I can't believe I can't get through these lines. I shake my head and begin wrapping my hand back up. With each deep breath, my head feels more clear. I'm fine, but thanks for, well, everything. Remember what I told you. If you ever need a break from the chaos of the city, I'll be here for you. When I rise, Leander gives me one last smile. Good night, Clover. Night. I trudge up the stairs, and even as I leave Leander behind, the warmth of his skin still lingers on mine, burning through the bandages. Oh, what is this? What are we gonna do here? Are these... Wait, can I go back? Oh, can I save? We're gonna save again. We're gonna save here. Because I feel like if I choose one, it's just... This is just a demo, right? I don't know why I'm doing this. We're just gonna click this. Leander offers you something... Oh, okay, so this is just like a thingy thing. Okay, I bet this is like a... For the devs, like once you choose someone, it goes back to them. Okay, we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back to the save screen, and then we're gonna go to a different person. So how did we feel about Leander, fam? We felt good about Leander. I wish I knew what the results were for the poll, because I want to go with the number 2 red flags. Because goodness gracious, I couldn't get through. I can't believe I couldn't get through that one part. Yeah, I'm finally actually thinking to save. Oh, when the full game comes out. So this is like a game plus mode. Okay. All right. Well, that makes sense. So if you just like, if you've already played the demo But I think the game comes out next year or something. Somebody commented that it was like 2025, and I'm like, what? So I'm just going to play it again. We're just going to have to enjoy all this fun again. Who should we go to next, fam? What do you guys think about our next victim here? I'm going to go with the first person who types in something. Should we go with Veer, Ace, or Karash? I want to say maybe Ace. Can someone... Oh, hi, Brian. Oh, Brian. Brian, to give you... Oh, yeah, Zodia. Okay, thank you, Zodia. So, Brian, to give you just an update, like, the main character's touch can turn people crazy, and the main character's met these 5 romantic prospects, and all of them can offer her a way out of this torture in some way or shape or form. So, I think that's kind of, like, the way it goes. Now we're just kind of finishing up this demo to see how these people react to stuff. Go with my least fave? My least fave would be Min. Oh, I'm sorry, Min. Let's go with Min. We'll save Ace. We'll save Ace Frosty for maybe a little bit. Okay, we'll go with Min. Min is grumpy. So let's get some fun Min music for the grumpiness, I guess. We'll change some music for grumpy Min. I can't let Min slip away so easily. They might be the most standoffish person I've met so far, but they're the only one who seems even close to neutral on the Cenobium. My gut tells me they know more about the tower than they're letting on. By the time I make it out of the bar, they're already halfway down the street. Drawing my cloak close to ward off the chill, I hurry after them, but at this hour, the Amaryllis district is full of carousing people. While Min slips through the crowd with surprising agility, I struggle to keep pace. The edge of their cloak flutters as they round the corner. Determined to at least try and catch up, I take the same turn into a dim side street. Oh, are we about to run into some problems again, girl? We gotta stop doing this. But Min is nowhere to be seen. Instinctively, I look for the telltale signs of a person's passage, fluttering fabric or just a just-closed door, but I don't see anything out of the ordinary. No hiding spots either. I start to turn because that can mean only one thing. Oh, we gave Min a pretty grumpy voice, right? Didn't you learn your lesson earlier? I'm grumpy, Andrew. That Min doubled back. I'm almost impressed. There's not many people who could sneak up on me like that. They fold their arms, pointedly staring me down. I thought nearly getting eaten would teach you that being out alone at night is dangerous. I'm not. It's a good thing I'm not alone, then, is it? Min looks at me in blank confusion for a moment, before realization dawns. Are you always so persistent? Uh-oh. Oh no, now they're blushing. Now I've had a change of heart, Min. I don't really know how to read them. They shift between aggressive and hesitant without warning, and I have no idea how to tell which way they'll swing. But I can't help feeling a little thrill when pink sweeps across their cheeks. I kind of have to be. It's how I stay alive. Min recovers their composure quickly, their mouths shifting into a frown. They glance away, eyes sweeping across the street. Their gaze seems to linger on a particular building, another tavern by the sign outside, before they look back at me. You've been lucky so far, but it won't last. Nobody in this city is trustworthy. Not even you? Especially not me. I've met clams that open up more willingly than men, but even if they don't talk about themselves much, they must have opinions about... Leander! Leander seems fond of you. He's an idiot. An obnoxious blowhard who can't shut up to save his life. Their words are harsh, taken at face value, but it's at complete odds with the flesh creeping across their cheekbones. Is that all? They huff. It seems to physically pain them to speak again. He does acceptable work. He pays on time, which is more than I can say for most, and his bloodhounds look after Lowtown. If he was capable of being quiet for more than 10 seconds at a time, he'd be almost tolerable. Okay, Min, are we about to fight over Leander? Because I have decided that Leander is my boy, so the boy is mine this. Their tone grows almost fond, but then their brows draw together as they glare at me. But I'm not one of his bloodhounds. If he told you otherwise, he was talking out of his ass, as usual. He has work to offer, and sometimes I take it, that's all. Somehow I doubt that, but Min seems disinclined to say more. He hates Vera, right? I think they like Leander. I kind of feel like they might like Leander. Ooh, love triangles. I love a love triangle. I love a love triangle. Big fan of the drama. But then I also love a love triangle that ends up in the triangle it started in. Yeah, Min's pretty emo. For sure. How did you meet Veer? Min's face scrunches like they've bitten into a rotten lemon. That perverse flea bag jumped on me during fogfall, so I stabbed it and left him in the gutter where he belongs. Oh, goodness. My heart thuds hard in my chest. Their voice is icy with disgust. The night air feels warm by comparison. It's only a shame it didn't stick. I suppose I'll have to keep trying. Min speaks casually of murder, and I vividly remember the sight of blood smeared on their hands. But somehow I'm not afraid. I don't think they mean me harm. I take it your opinion hasn't changed? Come on, MC Clover. Of course, they just told you, dude. He fucks with people for kicks. Every sentence out of his mouth is either crass innuendo or a conceited put down, and whatever he's done bad enough that the Synovium has him on a leash. There are monsters living on every other street. He's the only one who needs a muzzle before he's taken out for a walk. Belatedly, I close my mouth. You and Karash seem to get along, though. The tense lines of Min's face features softened. He's an exception. Few people are... Oh, they smile! Oh, they smile, though! Oh, they smile! Yeah, Percy, this is a long demo. Everybody's gonna get their own thing. I think I'm gonna go straight to Ace after Min and maybe call it. Because I'm just not sure... I'm just not sure how much time everybody has today. But I really enjoy I enjoy the content. The art is so good. I have a feeling that Min doesn't smile often, but the curve of their lips, however slight, is unmistakable. They catch themselves, their expression closing off with a near-audible snap. He's not the worst, a decent doctor, even if he asks too many questions. But nothing is really free here. You think he's running some kind of racket? What? No! The rebuttal is too fast to be anything but genuine. They huff, apparently annoyed to be caught by being sincere. I just think there's something more to him, though I suppose that's true of most people. Oh, and then we gotta ask about Ace. You don't seem to like Ace. I don't like anyone, but especially not that bloodthirsty gangster. I don't like anyone. I don't like anybody at all. Because everybody is a meanie butt, and I don't like meanie butts. Y'all, the drink that I brought is huge, and I am almost finished with it. Apparently I was so thirsty. Yeah, Brian, I do think that he's a little squishy on the inside, a little squish. I don't like anyone, but especially not the bloodthirsty gangster. The words tumble from their mouth before I can even finish my sentence. Did he do something to you? Beyond existing? No, but I'm not waiting around to get hurt first. Okay, men, these are both of the boys that I'm interested in. All right, I enjoy Ace and I do enjoy Leander. Are we going to have a little love rectangle here? A little, love TKO? What's going on? That sea spring he runs with all those smiling red-eyed people, I suppose his one saving grace is that he hasn't forced anyone to drink from it. Yet. Monsters like him don't know or care what they have, and it makes me sick. Their voice echoes down the empty street, startling me. I blink, staring at them. You really don't like monsters, do you? Come on, Clover. Come on, MC Clover. Come on, we don't need to say stuff like that. Of course they don't, dude. All right. Min fixes me with a flat gaze, their pale eyes like chips of ice. Every monster forced their way out of the shroud and into this world for some reason. I may not know Ace's reason, but to the vast majority of monsters, humans are food, playthings, or beneath notice. That may simply be their nature, but I don't have to like it. And I'm not going to risk my life in the hopes that any one of them is different. A lot of humans fear or hate monsters, but there's something different about how Min talks about them. It sounds personal. If you're going to keep asking questions, ask about something else. Doors bang open at the end of the street. Light and laughter pour out from the bar, followed by a group of giggling people in white uniforms. Synovium students, having a night out in the town. Oh, the students wear uniforms. Love pentagram. Jack, no, yeah, it's a pretty thirsty game. I'm having to keep hydrated, well hydrated with this drink. Min hesitates only for a moment before they start down the street in the same direction as the students. When I follow close on their heels, they grimace, speaking through gritted teeth. Why are you still following me? When I asked them about Veer, I noticed something odd, besides their vehement dislike of them. While men didn't exactly sound enthusiastic about the Cenobium, they were the first to speak of it with anything besides open animosity. Ahead of us, the students pile into another bar. Min ducks into the alley next to it. If nobody in the city is trustworthy, what about the Cenobium? The line of their narrow shoulders abruptly tenses. They lift their chin, giving me a wary look. Karash must have warned you about the nature of the city's currency. Right, information and secrets. I fidget, uncertain. I don't trust Min's unpredictable moods or all the things they clearly aren't saying. Their eyes dip towards my hand, passing over the bandages like a razor, the pressure light, but full of keen-edged possibility. I shiver, hastily shoving my hands into my pockets. They frown, but their gaze drifts away from me into the window of the bar next to us. It's opaque, either frosted glass or caked in dust, but some of the warm light diffuses out into the alley. The Cenobium is a place of learning. If someone has questions that can't be answered anywhere else, the Cenobium might have the solution. Or at least that's how it was, once upon a time. These days, its doors are closed to outsiders. That's about what I expected after I...
We can read. Coming over to chat. Mm-hmm.
What's my favorite audio ASMR roleplay? Ooh, I want to say I really enjoy my Monster Girl, movie store Monster Girl series. I think I have it pinned on the channel. The vampire one. Vogue, if he's still here, he actually helped me write a little bit of that. Gave me some ideas for the garlic bread and stuff. I think that's silly. I like being silly. But then my second one is probably the bossy CEO lady in the car. I like doing both. I like doing half and half. You know, silly, spicy. It's all good. Okay, let's try the sentence again. That's about what I expected after how I was practically shooed off earlier. Just as I start to relax, they start to speak again. Whatever you're looking for there, the cost may be higher than you're willing to pay. The sheer hypocrisy of their words ticks me off. What gives you the right to talk when you're doing the same exact thing to me? Is he? Are they? Sorry. What questions are you asking that only the Cenobium can answer? That's personal.
I'm grumpy.
Oh, I'm glad so many of you like the movie store series. Movie Store Monster Girl has 3 more episodes that I wrote. But they're currently waiting for a couple of people to come in and do some guest voices for me because
a girl only got so many voices. You know what I mean? I can only do so many.
But I do have some very talented people in the community who are given their talent, providing their talent. And I love them. They're so great. So excited about that. Hi, Ghosty! You could make it! How are you? Glad you could make it. Ghosty, to catch you up, we already looked at Leander's story and we touched his face. We touched his face. Hi, Jiraiya! How are ya? The gang's all here to learn about the Cenobium and these very mysterious people. I suppose that makes 2 of us. If they're following groups of Cenobium students around, they must not be having much luck either. Everyone else seems to fear or hate the Cenobium, but you don't. They flinch, spurred onward by curiosity and my lingering annoyance. I press forward. You must know something about them. Something you haven't told Leander or Karash. But they're not letting you in, which means you're one of the outsiders.
Oh, they got real close to my face.
In the space between one breath and the next, Min closes the distance between us. Slender fingers grip the front of my shirt and they slam me against the wall with shocking strength. Oh dear, Min! Min, this is getting very intense, and now I don't know why I'm enjoying it. Okay, anyway. The force of movement knocks their hood back, messy hair fluttering around their face. I'm standing on tiptoes. Min lifted me nearly clear off the ground with their single hand. What? The realization of sends an electric... No. Okay, we're gonna back it up. We're gonna back it up, you guys. We're gonna be able to read this like a normal person. Oh, yeah, I liked the yandere pickup ones. I'm thinking about making those into shorts. Those are pretty fun. Thanks for that razzle-dazzle. Glad to hear that, Ghosty. Hope your appointment went well. Nothing, Frosty, nothing. Ignore me. But here we go. The realization sends an electric tingle down my spine, but before I begin to wonder what that's about, Min snarls in my face. You don't know what you're fucking talking about. The angry twist of their mouth draws my eyes down to the beauty spot near the corner of their lip. I can't seem to stop staring at it. It's incongruous. Yeah, I'll never be an audiobook narrator, you guys. Incongruously delicate compared to the fire in their gaze, the steel-boned strength in their grip, but then so is the rest of them. We're gonna just say, neither do you, Min. Neither do you. We're practically strangers, so why are you acting like you know anything about me? Your line of questioning isn't exactly subtle, and it's not hard to guess that it has something to do with your hands. You think you can use me to get into the Snobium? Don't be naive. I don't get angry easily. I can't afford to when a moment of carelessness could be fatal, but when they mention my hands, my temper flares hot. Who says I'm the one who needs you? See, this is it. This is that tsundere versus tsundere. We're about to get at it. Here we go. Bye, Percy. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Sorry, Ibrahimia. There's profanity. Also, I do profanity. Sometimes I curse. Ojara, you missed so much. We have already dated Leander and we touched his face. We're gonna... Pretty sure he's gonna be the forever person. Realization strikes me like a thunderclap. You're not getting anywhere by yourself either, are you? But you can't make yourself ask for help. You're stuck, and it's your own fault. I brace myself, expecting Min to snap at me again. Instead, their gaze drops, eyes falling away from me. Their brow furrows in frustration, but the twist of their mouth is miserable. Their voice trembles almost imperceptibly when they speak. I know. The city only cares about what you can give or what it can take from you. Information, power, connections. Yeah, this game is for adults. Big old grown-ups. If you're an outsider here, nobody will help you. No one will even try. You don't belong anywhere. Oh, oops. My heart thuds in my chest for an entirely different reason now. They seem suddenly very small. Alone. Like me. Min. Ba-ba-bong. Min jerks backwards. Oh, because... Okay, I see why. Min jerks backwards, releasing me so abruptly that I nearly stumble. Maybe they realized how close we were. Maybe they said too much. I'm gonna let him go. My fingers tremble, adrenaline still coursing through my veins. Even if Min seems intent on pushing me away, I don't want to curse them. Not like that traveler. Min takes a deep breath and lets it out as a sigh. When they look at me again, they look unusually serious, maybe even sincere. You shouldn't be around me, Clover. Find someone safer to ask for help. Before I can think of what to say, the tavern doors bang open again. The Snobium students spill back out, considerably drunker. The ranks seem to have swelled with other barflies. The group floods back into town, towards the great tower rising moonward. As I'm distracted by the commotion, Min slips away from me, drawing their hood up. I catch their eyes for just a moment, and then they're gone, vanishing into the crowd. Bye, Min. Oh, yeah, I'm hoping to do more streams, Harry. This will be the last one for this. I think for this one, there's some more, like, other visual novel stuff that I want to try. My laptop, she is old, and she is trying her best, but she could not do much. I tried to download Overwatch 2 yesterday, and my computer's like, no, we're not doing that. So I'm playing things that are easy on her old, creaky bones. I do like Min now. Yeah, I like Min now. I think Min, I think having that extra interaction with Min was nice.
Choose your destiny.
Let's go to Ace. I'm curious about Ace. I am such a baby, I can't play horror games. I was watching Lav play a game once, and I caught it at a weird time Yeah, she was like playing some sort of horror game. She was in like a convenience store and a guy ran up to her and I literally shrieked and like had to move away from my computer because I get too scared. This is pretty scary. I am such a baby. Win, Clover. Yeah, I know. I was thinking that, Zodia. I was like, technically, this is a horror game. They did have all that, like, squishy, viscera, like, imagery going on, but there's cute boys to date, so it's a little easier. I do enjoy some stop-motion vibes. Who? Who are we talking to now? Oh, that's right. We're talking to Ace. And Ace, we're gonna give Ace some different tunes. I really wish I could just use the music on here. Let's try this one. Something romantic and slow for Ace. I'm glad I'm not the only big baby. Morbid curiosity draws me after Ace. I slink out the back of the wet wick. The alley's dead silent. Not really what I expected from a fight. Oh, that's right. And okay, that's right. A guy pushed me down, and then Ace, I think he came to my rescue? Yeah, Ace, like, punched that dude. Oh, a dull crunch reaches my ears, then a thud. I peer around the corner of the building, careful to keep hidden. Dark, glistening red spatters the ground, spidering through seams of cobblestone. It guides my eye to a collapsed body across from me. Wow, this is not the right tone for this. This is definitely not the right music for this. This has got gross now. This is a little gross. Once so violent, the roughneck is now little more than a sack of crumpled flesh blotted with mud. Ew. Ace exhales, his breath misting against the cold air. Blood flecks his knuckles as he looms over the motionless body, his feet on either side of it. Fire spreads like ice in my bones. Moments ago he was joking and friendly with the others, but now? Ace's crimson eyes find me in the dark. Not running, Sparrow? I warily rise to my feet, moonlight illuminating my face. I thought I was out of sight. Got eyes in the back of my head. Ace steps off the redneck. My eyes stay locked on the body. It's wet with layers of blood and grime, completely still. He's alive. Are you sure? Calling me a killer or a liar? Oh, I don't know which one to choose. How about... Oh, I don't know which one to choose. Killer? Oh, this is why we would save, right? Because if I really wanted to come back to this, we're going to go to lucky number 7. Liar. Which I guess is both. In that case, he's dead. I squint and he smirks back. Don't believe me? To be honest, it's hard to believe anything coming out of your mouth. I'm a liar, after all. His bloodied knuckles catch his attention. He tries to rub them clean, but ends up smearing the blood around more. I keep making bad impressions on you. Oh, he's worried about how I think of him? He's worried about how I think of him? We're okay with that. We like that. I didn't know you cared about my opinion. Just prefer you didn't piss yourself when we talk. Hey, I'm not a scaredy cat. Annoyance bubbles in my chest. Well, I'm not pissing myself, even with your bad impressions. Like the first time we met, Ace chips away at my fear, replacing it with irritation instead. Yeah, totally. Totally replacing it with irritation instead. Ace kneels beside the roughneck and frisks him. I can't help but be jealous. I can't help but wonder if the crime was worth the punishment, but I hold my tongue. Deftly, Ace's hands search through the roughneck's pockets. It doesn't take him long to find his prize, a cigarette in a matchbox. He strikes a match. Sparks light up his angular features with a golden glow. It's distracting for a moment, but my gaze inevitably drops back to the muddy body. You're just gonna leave him there? Ace draws deep from the cigarette. He exhales heavily, smoke curling past his lips. I breathe in the sweet spiced scent of cloves, as he's... No, sorry. Yeah, the intrusive thoughts are definitely winning. Let me get a little bit more liquid to wet my whistle. As his tension melts away, he looks at me with cool, lidded eyes. Should I give him a blanket? Unbothered by the maybe corpse, he takes a seat on a crate opposite the bar. I stand awkwardly, forgetting why I came out here in the first place. An unpleasant silence stretches between us. Weather's nice. Cold, murky, and humid, he means. I want to believe he's teasing me, but for all I know, this is pleasant for Iridia. Was Princess good company? Who? He takes another long drag. His metal ring catches the light of the cigarette in the flash of light. The Soulless who escorted you back. You named it Princess? Jealous. I return his smile. You have no idea. I think you're neat. See, this is the problem with this game. I will start to get a little blushy, and I will be like, these are going to be problems. These are problem boys. I think your nickname's more fitting. Sparrow. Not sure where Ace got it from. Maybe I should tell him to call me by my name, but it's kind of nice. Not that I'd ever tell him that. Before I can dissect my feelings, I quickly change the subject back to the Soulless. She was kind of cute, in a weird way. I glance absentmindedly at my hand, remembering how she nuzzled into my palm at the touch. Ace's eyes soften for a brief moment. Her tail wouldn't stop going back her tail wouldn't stop going when she got back. The group of them don't get much attention. We're not going to be able to read. Ace is too cute. We can't read. Ace is too cute. He looks too cool. It's just going to be a difficult time to read. Think she's cute now? Wait till you see. I can't even get it back into it. The thirst. They're big on symbolism? Oh, that's sweet that it means hope. Is she gonna save this red flag? Think she's cute now? Wait till you see her tricks. You taught her tricks? Princess is a smart one. She'll learn anything if you have the right rewards. Sounds about right. The idea of tamed Soulless is still so outlandish to me. I was mauled by a mindless, bloodthirsty beast, and he's talking about them like they're pets. But it's impossible, all because of the sea spring. I can't, Frosty. I can't control myself. I'm all blushy now. For a silly, pixelated game. I need to get the answers he wouldn't give me before. I carefully take a seat beside him on the crate, contemplating my strategy. Sorry, I almost sneezed. All over the place. He doesn't seem to mind. He closes his eyes, tilts back his head against the wall, relaxed. Without the pressure of his intense gaze, I feel myself ease up too, as long as I keep my attention away from the bloody heap across from us. I glance over at Ace and allow my eyes to linger. A sea glass-colored tattoo spirals up his arm, painting over grooves of muscle. Silver jewelry glints in the moonlight. It draws my eyes to his bare chest. Rough hands, carved jaw. His ears, his horns, his pupils. Everything about him is sharp, even the fangs that only shows when he grins. Not many scars, though. Strange, save for the one cut through his brow. Ace is unmarked for how seasoned he acts. Spicy season. What's your verdict? I whip my head in the opposite direction. What verdict? Got a long, good look. Are you impressed, or do I need work? My face grows hot. Yeah, indeed it does. Indeed it do. I've seen worse. You're annoying. Oh, see, there's too many options. You're annoying. He responds with a low chuckle, draped in smoke. Didn't stop you from staring. My embarrassment spikes. Without thinking, I blurt out a change in topic. I have questions about the sea spring. Boredom eclipses his amusement in an instant, and he closes his eyes again. Of course you do. I thought I made myself clear what you'd be giving up. Before you kicked me out to go drinking, I still need to know more. My turn for a question. It sounds more like an order than anything. I bristle under his narrowed gaze. Fine. He takes a long pull from his cigarette and lets the smoke trail slowly from his lips. Your curse. What about it? The song and dance is all too familiar. The selfish questions come first. What does it do? Is it painful? Can you control it? I brace myself for the inevitable onslaught. Is the thought of living with it really so unbearable? My dread dies with his words. No one has asked me that before. You've survived this long. Unless you're running out of time, I wonder if it's really worth the sacrifice. He flicks the cigarette aside and props his head on blood-smeared knuckles. But what do I know? I'm just an outsider. My fingers fuss with the trim of my cloak. Ordinarily, I'd feel annoyed, but now my chest feels tight. You could have sold me... You could have sold me if you were less honest. You're a shit salesman. Thought I was a liar. I changed my mind. We lapse into silence again. This time it's surprisingly nice. The quiet, chilled air is a calming reprieve. You know, you didn't seem like an outsider back at the bar. A lot of people like you. Ace raises a brow at me. I start by asking about others.
No, I want to talk about you, Ace. I don't want to talk about others. I want to talk about Ace.
Oh, let's talk about Min. Maybe Min doesn't necessarily like you, but they definitely pay attention to you. Ace's reaction takes me off guard. He growls, pinches the bridge of his nose, as exasperated as I've ever seen him. I make enemies as easily as I breathe, Sparrow. Doesn't bother me. But that dove's got it out for me for no reason. Maybe they're unsettled by the sea spring? It's not about that. Goes without saying that they've got some issues. Don't think they understand that you catch more flies with honey than vinegar. Honey has left a bad taste in my mouth in the past. It could be the same for them. At least you're capable of a conversation. Do me a favor and teach the dove some manners. Thought they'd lay off eventually if I didn't bite. Hasn't happened yet. I briefly consider the possibility that Min wants to get bitten. I'm not about to propose that, though. Let's ask about Veer, because they were kind of flirty at the bar, I think, if we recall. Ow, 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 ow. Ugh, sorry, had to uncross my legs. Only to move them back into the opposite crossed position. Wee. I was surprised to see that you and Veer are close. Blessing and a curse. From what I've gathered, most people think he's, I don't know, an asshole? And water's wet. I wait for him to elaborate or add his thoughts, but he doesn't. So, what do you like about him? He lets out a quiet laugh, as if amused by my question. Lot of things. You already named one. Oh! Oh my gosh. You like that he's an asshole? Temperament matches the drapes. Looks good in blood and better in tears. What? I love this writing. It is so silly. This writing is silly. Okay. Favorite thing's the tail. Sometimes it even frizzes up if you... He catches himself, clears his throat. It's hard not to let the disappointment show in my expression. Vera's one of the most honest people you'll meet. Just don't listen to a single thing he says. Ooh. Wow, Ghosty, well done. Yeah, Merle, I know. Wow. Big shy blushy blush. Big shy blushy blush moments. Let's learn about the good doctor and then we'll learn about our other boyfriend. I didn't know that you and Karash were friends. In a way, I help him in the clinic sometimes. Doctor doesn't let most people closer than arm's length. And you do? Heart's on my sleeve. Get the sense Karash was like that in the past. Must have been burned. He trails off after the last few words, then shrugs. He opens up in his own ways. If he's relaxed enough. Oh, Ghosty! Oh my god, Ghosty, you didn't have to share that. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing. Oh, thank you, Ghost. I really appreciate it. And I also really appreciate that it is 69.99. Nice. Ghost, thank you. I appreciate that. Oh, now I'm all blushy again. Thanks, Ghost. You're so sweet. Oh, okay. Recovery. Thank you, Ghost. You should have kept your winnings, but also thank you. All right. We're going back to it. We can do it. Thanks. He opens up in his own ways, if he's relaxed enough. I don't know how to even imagine that. You'd be surprised. Even the doctor has an endearing side. I am still all blushy from the super chat. Oh, thank you. I can't decide what's more intriguing, the fact that Karash has an endearing side, or the idea that Ace has managed to coax it out of him. They didn't have an option for somebody on the flap. Oh. It's okay. 69.99 is absolutely perfect. Tell me if you uncover any of his other secrets. I'd kill to know more. Leander. You and Leander clearly get along well. You like Leander? Doesn't everyone? He's helped me a lot since I've arrived in Iridia. He even got me a free room at the Wet Wick and let me touch his face. His charm has gotten him far, but for a leader, he sure likes it when others take control. Part of me that seems really common, though. I feel like a lot of CEOs. I feel like a lot of CEOs are kind of into that. You know, that dom sub thing. Holy guacamole, Ghosty. Yeah, I know, Goron. So sweet. Part of me desperately wants to ask what he means, but Ace continues before I can get the chance. Surprised we get along? I thought you'd be at each other's throats instead of drinking buddies. His smile is easy, but there's a dangerous edge to it. Leander's done a good job. For a human. Naturally, there'll come a time when his resolve is tested. Same could be said for anyone in this place or the next. As for my resolve, well, stick around in Iridia long enough and you'll find out. I nod slowly. I can't decide if that sounds like a promise or a threat. Got any more observations, Sparrow? My main point is that speaking from experience, being an outsider usually means you don't have friends. I don't. I level him with a tired look. Fine, I'll confess. I have one friend. Don't say yourself. Osudius. Oh! It's in red text. Hold on. Osudius? Osudius Octius. Ooh, my favorite Christmas movie? Die Hard. Die Hard, 100%. Or, let's see, what's another good one? What am I always watching? I'm watching Die Hard, and then sometimes I'll put on, Nightmare Before Christmas, but I usually just get that started right around Halloween, Thanksgiving. My skin prickles at the name, hair standing on end. Who's that? A friend. It lives in my head. ... What? Interesting. It lives in your head. Ace taps a temple with a finger. Right here. Scared you off yet? That'd be the third bad impression I've made on you today. Oh, yes. I was looking over here. I was like, I know Zodia's going to come in with something. Devs never gave me a pronunciation. Zodia, so I can't help you there. Oh, Zodia, it's like you knew. You knew I was looking over at chat to be all like, Oh, yeah. Yeah, I like Die Hard. It is totally a Christmas movie. I get into arguments with people about that. Yeah, I'd also... The horror setting does kind of make it a bit more unsettling, Frosty, for sure. I'm stunned for a long moment, processing what he just told me. Then I burst into a fit of laughter. You're serious. Ace's grin's wide enough to flash his fangs. Deadly. It sounds so fucking absurd, I can't help it. On top of everything I've gone through today, it feels like I'm living a fever dream. Yeah, because I'm just so warm and hot in the face. I totally get that. I've come close to death more times than I can count, encountered tame Solus and a horrifying group mind, and now I'm supposed to believe that there's someone living inside Ace's head? There are tears in my eyes, but by the time I rein myself in, Ace waits patiently, lips quirked in amusement. Sorry, it just sounds so ridiculous. The tension that wound my shoulders so tightly has melted away, and for the first time in a long time, I feel like I can breathe. I feel better. Ew. Oh, Duckus! Oh, these are one of the dudes from the bar, right? Die Hard, originally released in June, he does come during Christmas time, Goron's beard. He does go there. There is Christmas music playing. There is a Christmas party at the beginning of the movie. Although I did get into a argument with someone once where they were just going like, well, anything that has the mention of Christmas could be a Christmas movie. And isn't that the reason? Isn't that what the season is all about? Believing in Christmas. Let's give this Dukas a voice.
Duckus, where in the rat's ass are you?
Raucous, gruff shouts rise in the streets, echoed by the sound of heavy boots sloshing through mud. The voices share the roughneck's accent from the bar, the same roughneck who is still maybe dead, lying bloodied across from us. I nearly forgot about him. Well, that's pretty awful of you, MC Clover. I shoved to my feet as their voices get louder. They're closing in quick. Ace pulls me by the wrist out of the alley, away from the beaming moonlight. Oh, where are we going, Ace? Where are we going? Where are you taking me? We dive into a nook between buildings, veiled in the shade of tattered canopies. It's a tight fit. Sorry, did not mean to lose it on that. Oh, I'm running out of hydration. It's a tight fit. Ace boxes me in against the wall, his body all but pressed against mine as he towers over me. For the second time today, the heady scent of smoke envelops me, but this time cut with the metallic tinge of someone else's blood. Ace pitches his voice low. Quiet. My heart leaps into my throat. I'm suddenly acutely aware of the heat radiating off of Ace's body, the feeling of his leg grazing my thigh, the closeness of his breath. This is bad. Down bad. I squirm against him and in a burning crimson glare. Do we really have to? His hand covers my mouth, muffling my whispers. He shakes his head. Don't. Damn. Oh, wait. These are the roughnecks.
Damn! He's over there! Duckus, wake up, you bastard!
A group of individuals, all brandishing spiked weapons, fill the alley. Once I get glimpses of their violent sashes, I instantly know they're not just roughnecks, they're gangsters. Only gangs with a lot of influence would fly colors so openly. I wish I could see what they're doing, but Ace's arm all but blocks my sight. My eyes trail up the teal markings. They coil around his arm, his bicep. They leap to Ace's collarbone, to the cords hanging around his neck, and to the smuggest smirk I've ever seen. Ooh, red option! Yay! Why are we gonna bite him, though? Where are we gonna bite him? Why and where will we bite him? My stars. I move before I can think, opening my mouth enough to bare my teeth and bite down on Ace's palm hard. He winces, surprise flashing across his features. His hand leaves my mouth and I gasp in air. My breath is rapid from the adrenaline, but it's only when I lick my lips, when I taste the metallic tang of blood, that I realize I broke skin. Ooh, I'm sorry, Ace. My bad. I hope you're into this. Panic builds in my chest. My body tenses, bracing for his reaction. Every movement he makes is slow and deliberate. He bends down, leans close to my ear. What? He bends down. Hold on. We're gonna... Ooh, I got the red text from the fuck you and petting the doggy. Oh, yay! Yay. He bends down, leans close to my ear, and in a husky whisper only I can hear, at least someone could draw blood today. A hot thrill jolts through me. For a heartbeat, I forget to breathe. Voices in the alley grab Ace's attention this time.
Shit, he's got more broken ribs than whole ones. What kind of freak did this? Fan out. Find the, we're not gonna say that, responsible. You three, take Duckus back to base. List, he's still breathing.
The alley clears out as footsteps rush away from us. We stay still until they're distant, melting into the rumble of the quarter. When we finally step back into the moonlight, the night air is ice on my skin. I feel dazed, and the need to keep my eyes off Ace is all off of him at all costs. Yeah, 100%. Was that really necessary? The tremble in my voice is nothing but embarrassing. Could ask you the same thing. Didn't know sparrows could bite. You're lucky I didn't do worse. Try me. I wonder what this playthrough would be like if I could read this without giggling. Do you think it'd be better? Or worse? Oh, I'm not... Football... I'm going to be the worst American. Do you mean American football? Do you mean the soccer? The question that we must ask. The thirst path. Yes, indeed. Also loving Ace. The thought of wiping that shitty grin off his face is definitely tempting. Staying hidden was the best option. Would be a hassle to run into them with you here. Oh, why? What, because I'm a deadweight? Because 3 bad impressions are enough for one day. And he wants to impress. The answer is too vague for my liking, but he's probably right. Either way, I don't have the energy to argue. Come on, Sparrow. Let's get you home before you're framed for murder. Very funny. We reach the front of the Wetwick too quickly. I hate to admit it, but I don't want to separate from Ace just yet. And not just because he never answered my questions. He's infuriating. As easily as he makes me feel on edge, he can make me feel safe, secure somehow. You know where to find me. I certainly do. I certainly do, sir, and I will see you there later. Good eve. At the creepiest place in the world. Take your time before you decide to drink. I happen to like your shitty attitude. It takes me a moment to process it, then my eyes flutter down to my feet. I'll keep that in mind. When I glance back up from the ground, Ace is already down the street, disappearing into a throng of people. No fanfare, not even a wave. Asshole. Ugh. And then I would probably, Ace would be my fate. Yeah, Ace would be my fate, 100%. Oh, it was really hard to choose. I started really liking Min after we did his option. If I tell you my favorite video game, that is going to age me. I have a comfort game that I enjoy playing every so often. And I don't want to share it, but I might. I enjoy Psychonauts, which is kind of an older one, but it was really comforting back in the day. I think I played it when I just kind of mentally wanted to be chill, and I found that game really, really chill. But now that we are done with all of these, let us go. Yeah, confirm. Thank you for playing. For more Touchstarved, visit these websites and add us on Twitter and the Instagrams. I'm so glad that they still call it Twitter in this. That makes me feel incredibly happy. I think I might pause it here. Oh, goodness. I'm all flustery because of the choices and the options and the just all the fun stuff that happens with these people. So how did you guys feel about that? Did you enjoy? Were we feeling pretty good about it?
Flawless victory.
Oh, I'm glad you like it, Gordon Spirit. I love that one. No, don't worry about it. Inconsistency in chat is totally fine. Everybody do what you feel comfy with. You can do what you feel comfy with. I'm also never calling Twitter X. Oh, I'm glad you liked it. I had a lot of fun. The next two will take less than an hour, I can tell you that much. Oh, thanks, Zodia. I'm not sure if I'm going to go with the next two. I had a lot of fun, but I'm like, ooh, can you guys stand me reading this much? There's a couple of other games I downloaded that I was like, maybe I could play one of these. They're also dating sims. There's one that's like, let's see if I can open my Steam. There's one that's like, it's called Peach Leaf Valley Seeds of Love, and it's like a farming game demo, which I thought was cute. And then there's another Touchstarved-like game called Obscura, and everybody's wearing masks, and I'm just kind of like, what is going on in this one? I am very curious. but I want to see which game has best boys. Oh, don't worry, Ghosty. I will leave it up for you on the VOD. Hopefully, you definitely jump forward like 7 minutes if you rewatch this, though, because I 100% had scuff, because that is my MO. Thanks, Frosty. Maybe we can do both. If the next two don't take that long, we'll wrap them up and maybe start a new one, or we could do something else. I'd love to have one of my friends on so that they could help read with me. One of the other VAs. Maybe we should talk to Lav since we were like raided by Lav's stream. But I think that like if you want to raid Lav, she's probably going to still be going. I just want to say thank you guys so much for playing with me and joining me, because it's just so much fun, you guys. It's just so much fun to play and talk to you guys and let me be a total big old flustery goofball with these pixelated people. I'm not sure when we'll do the next one. I think I'm going to do my best not to interrupt Lav's stream, because I don't want her to. I really love Lav. She's amazing. So maybe I'll try to move it to Thursdays again if my work schedule clears up. Big thanks again to Ghosty for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Also thanks to all of the YouTube members that we have and the Patreons. Thanks for Patreoning. Just so you know, Patreons, you're about to eat real good tonight, because I've got a couple of things coming out in the next few hours. But big XO. I will talk to you guys soon, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves.